Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. The Real Housewives of Atlanta stars Kim Zolciak and Cynthia Bailey are back together again. After sharing the spotlight in several seasons of RHOA, another reality TV show has them reuniting. Hulu's newest competition series Got to Get Out brings celebrities together to compete for $1 million. Hosted by actor Simu Liu, the contestants include Dancing with the Stars pro dancer Valch and The Bachelor alum Demi Burnett. Kim has yet to share what her experience working with Cynthia again has been like. However, Cynthia has wasted no time relaying her time with her former RHOA co-star. Cynthia recently revealed what it was like competing with Kim in this upcoming series, and those who were looking for it to be drama between the two of them are out of luck. Not only are the housewives roommates on the show, but they spend quality time together seeing where they stand. It's a sisterhood. This being a housewife is not for the weak, and if anybody can do it for as long as we were able to do it, we deserve to be friends, she told The Daily Dish. The reality TV star also weighed in on Kim's ongoing divorce from her estranged husband, Kroy Biermann. She's very open about where she's at with her relationship with Kroy, and it really kind of made me sad because we were on the show together. Although we were never close when we first met, the world of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, RHOA, is known for its dynamic friendships, intense feuds, and the unpredictable drama that unfolds each season. Among the most iconic and ever-evolving relationships are those between Cynthia Bailey and Kim Zolciak. Both women have had their fair share of ups and downs, not just as reality stars, but as friends navigating the highs and lows of fame. But where do these two RHOA alumni stand as friends today? Let's take a closer look at their complicated friendship, how it evolved, and where they stand today. When Kim Zolciak first appeared on The Real Housewives of Atlanta in 2008, she quickly became a fan favorite due to her bold personality, unapologetic demeanor, and larger-than-life persona. Meanwhile, Cynthia Bailey joined the show a few seasons later in 2010, and her model status and poised demeanor made her stand out as well. From the moment they met, there seemed to be an instant bond between the two women. They both came from different worlds, but shared a love for luxury, fashion, and the Atlanta lifestyle. Their friendship began in a relatively drama-free manner. Kim was often seen as the diva of the group, while Cynthia brought a sense of calm and class to the table. Kim admired Cynthia's quiet strength and elegance, while Cynthia was drawn to Kim's no-nonsense attitude and sense of humor. Over the seasons, the pair were often spotted spending time together outside of the group's larger drama, and their friendship seemed to grow stronger. One of the more memorable moments in their friendship came when Kim was dealing with her on-again, off-again relationship with her now ex-husband, Kroy Biermann. Cynthia was one of the few cast members who stayed neutral in the situation, offering Kim support and a shoulder to lean on. Whether it was offering a listening ear or giving her advice, Cynthia's role as a calming influence in Kim's life was a source of comfort for her. However, as with any reality TV friendship, things weren't always sunshine and rainbows. One of the pivotal moments in Cynthia and Kim's relationship occurred when Kim left RHOA after season 5. Kim's departure from the show was due to her personal and professional life becoming more demanding. By then, she had already built her family with Kroy, and she wanted to focus on her personal life and her spin-off show, Don't Be Tardy. Her exit left fans wondering what would happen to her friendships with the rest of the cast, including Cynthia. At the time, Cynthia expressed sadness about Kim's departure, acknowledging that they had formed a close bond and that she would miss her friend. However, there was an underlying feeling that Kim's decision to leave RHOA created a divide. While Cynthia was still involved in the show, Kim's absence was felt, and the dynamics of their relationship began to shift. It wasn't long after Kim's exit that Cynthia began to appear more prominently on RHOA, and her friendships with other women, such as Nene Leakes and Kenya Moore, took center stage. Kim's departure meant that Cynthia had to navigate friendships within the group without her. This shift led to some underlying tension, as Cynthia was now more involved in the drama with other women, while Kim was off doing her own thing. There were whispers that Kim didn't appreciate how Cynthia became more deeply involved in the group's dynamics, and some fans even speculated that their bond of their friendship, however, would come years later when Cynthia and Kim's paths crossed again. In 2017, Kim made a brief return to RHOA during season 10. Fans were thrilled to see her back on their screens, and she wasted no time stirring up drama. Her return, however, was far from smooth, especially with some of the other women. Kim and Kenya Moore were at odds from the start, and tensions between Kim and the group reached a boiling point. Despite the chaos that surrounded her, Cynthia remained relatively neutral in the situation, continuing her role as the peacemaker. Although Kim's return was brief, it was clear that Cynthia still held a soft spot for her old friend. Kim, on the other hand, seemed to appreciate Cynthia's more reserved and diplomatic nature. While their interactions weren't without moments of tension, there was a sense that the old camaraderie between the two was still present, even if it was a bit fractured. This brief return did not lead to a full rekindling of their friendship, however. By the time Kim's RHOA appearance had ended, she had returned to her spin-off and was again focused on her family and her businesses. Cynthia, on the other hand, remained a steady presence on the show, but the connection they once had seemed distant. In recent years, Kim's life has taken a more dramatic turn. In 2020, her marriage to Kroy Bierman seemed to hit some rocky patches, with rumors of divorce and tension surrounding their finances and family dynamics. Kim's social media presence became more controversial as she shared snippets of her personal struggles with her fans, including her health issues, marital issues, and financial concerns. Cynthia, who had remained relatively private about her personal life, appeared on RHOA during these times of turmoil for Kim. Fans couldn't help but wonder if Cynthia would reach out to her old friend in a show of support, as she had done so many times before. However, Cynthia was focused on her own life and her evolving role on the show. While she expressed sympathy for Kim's challenges, she did not appear to take a central role in offering help, possibly because their friendship had never fully returned to the way it once was. Despite these challenges, there were occasional signs that Cynthia still cared for Kim. In an Instagram post from 2020, Cynthia publicly wished Kim well during a particularly tough time in her life. This gesture was seen as a reminder of the good moments in their friendship, as well as a subtle nod to the fact that despite everything, Cynthia hadn't completely cut ties with her former friend. As of 2025, Cynthia and Kim's friendship seems to be in a state of limbo. They have not been seen publicly together for quite some time, and their interactions appear to be limited to occasional social media exchanges. Both women have moved on with their lives, and Cynthia, in particular, has focused on her marriage to Mike Hill and her personal brand. Kim, on the other hand, continues to prioritize her family, her businesses, and her private life. It's clear that while they still share mutual respect for one another, the close friendship they once had is no longer at the forefront. Reality TV friendships are notoriously fickle, and the ups and downs that come with the territory often lead to distance. Their respective roles on RHOA and their differing personal lives have likely played a large part in this. However, that doesn't mean their friendship is completely over. They both continue to support each other from a distance, and there's always a possibility that their paths could cross again, either on the show or off-screen. Fans still hold out hope for a full reconciliation between Cynthia and Kim, but for now, their friendship remains a distant memory rather than an active bond. Cynthia Bailey and Kim Zolciak's friendship has been a roller coaster of highs and lows, much like the reality show they starred in together. From their early days as fast friends to the eventual distance that grew between them, Their relationship is a testament to the ever-changing dynamics of reality TV. While their bond may not be as strong as it once was, there's still a sense of mutual respect and care between the two women. At the end of the day, both Cynthia and Kim have evolved in their own ways, and their paths have taken them in different directions. Whether or not they will rekindle their old friendship remains to be seen, but for now, they continue to carve out their own spaces in the reality TV world, each living their lives in the spotlight but on their own terms. Please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos.